Hello, boys and girls. This is my 1,000 point Space Marine Army, the first one for 6th edition. I have a Space Marine captain on a bike with a Power Fist. My troop choices are going to be a tactical squad, full 10-man tactical squad with a power weapon, a melta-gun, and a missile launcher. I then have a 10-man scout squad, kitted out with 6 sniper rifles and a heavy bolter. I think it's 6, yeah. I then have a fast attack bike squad, which has a plasma gun and a melta gun, as well as an assault bike with a multi-melta. For my support, I have a whirlwind and a dreadnought with twin-link laser cannon and missile launcher, and my tactical squad comes in a drop pod. And there it is.
For this 1,000-point skirmish against Space Marines, I will be using Farseer Bel Anath from Doom of Mimiara, a 10-man unit of Guardians with a Warlock with Conceal, a 6-man jet bike squad, Warlock has Embolden, 5-man Ranger squad, a Phoenix bomber, a Night Spinner, and a single D cannon. Here we are at the start of the game. Charles has 1 unit in reserve, the drop pod, and I have 2 units in reserves, the jet bikes and the Phoenix. And time to see if I can steal the initiative for this crusade mission. No.
Began out this turn with advancing my whirlwind up. I deep struck my drop pod with my tactical squad, who jumped out right by Dan's D cannon. I advanced up my dreadnought as well as my bike squad. Began my shooting phase by firing with my tactical squad, who did a wound on Dan's D cannon and has him surrounded. In addition, my dreadnought fired its twin-link laser cannons and struck a penetrating hit on Dan's Night Spinner, which resulted in the Night Spinner being destroyed. My scouts fired at his scouts to no avail. My bikes then shot a series of shots at his scouts, doing 2 wounds and ultimately breaking them and having them run towards the table edge. Not off yet, but towards it.
With the Night Spinner being blown up last turn, most of my fire support right now is gone, which really hurts. My D cannon fired at the bikes. It scattered way off target and hit nothing. The Guardians moved back. I did manage to cast invisibility on them. The Rangers rallied and they snap fired and did nothing.
I dropped my scouts out of cover, moved them over towards this right side objective, advanced my dreadnought up, and moved my bikes into position to engage his Guardian squad and Farseer. In the shooting phase, my tactical squad managed to shoot down the last wound on his D cannon with a melta-gun shot. My bikes fired 13 rapid-firing bolter shots, twin-linked at his Guardians, and killed 2. Not so great there. And then they failed to reach them in assault. And that's my turn.
For my turn 2, my Warlock power allowing me to reroll reserves came in ultra handy. My jet bikes and Phoenix both failed to come on with their first roll, and the reroll allowed them to come on. The Phoenix killed out 8 out of 10 models in his tactical squad. The only 2 that survived, oddly enough, were the missile launcher and the melta gun. But who cares? I killed off so many guys, I'm pretty happy with it. The jet bikes came in, they did 2 points of hull damage on the whirlwind, and more importantly, they blew off the gun. The Guardians, thanks to Sundered Spear, they were able to shoot up the jet bike squad. They are down to just the captain with just one wound, and that's this. Even the snipers managed to do 1 point of damage. Charles had a horrible time rolling armor saves. I think he failed almost every one he had to make.
Yeah.
So that had a hand in helping me out here.
Okay, so to say that this game was dynamic is an understatement. It's quickly taken a turn for Dan's benefit. This turn, I managed to try to take down some fire on his bikes. Luckily, it was to no avail. My snipers failed at getting wounds against them. I then tried to fire at his Nightwing Phoenix. At his Phoenix with my Dreadnought and my remaining tactical squad. That did nothing because they all missed. My drop pod had nothing to fire at. My snipers did make a wound against his Rangers, so that was cool. Then on to Assault, which actually was a little bit different. He managed to not wound my commander at all.
Well, no, I wounded him. You passed every armor save.
Well, yeah. I mean, no wounds took.
Yeah. 7 armor saves is impressive. You should be pleased with that.
And then my commander turned around and killed 3 of his guardians. He passed his morale test, so I didn't win combat, but my commander's still in it to win it. And that's it.
For my turn 3, my jet bikes moved forward. They killed off all except for 1 scout hiding in the woods. The other scout unit was completely killed by the Phoenix. One of the tactical marines from the unit that came in the drop pod was killed by the snipers. He broke. He's about to insta-rally. And the Farseer finally killed off the captain in hand-to-hand combat. So I've mostly turned this game around. And on to Charles's turn 4.
Okay, at this point we're just playing for me to, in case I get that lucky shot where I can take down this Phoenix. I tried to tank shock his bikes. They passed with flying colors, so that was mainly ineffective, yet comical. My last remaining scout tried to shoot at his Phoenix, missed. Dreadnought shot the Phoenix, missed. And my last remaining tactical squad guy tried to fire at the Phoenix and missed. So at this point, if everything goes well, he will wipe me in the next turn.
Bottom of turn 4, my Phoenix didn't shoot at anything this turn because it had nothing to shoot at. It had to move, and even with the 2 turns, nothing was really in its way. But the jet bikes managed to take out the Dreadnought. The Shining Spear from the Warlock managed to get a penetrating hit. I rolled a 6 on the pen, and then they did their 2d6 assault move and got an 11, so they're scooting right along. Charles still has a couple things alive on this side of the board, but he will have 1 scout who it looks like will live through this to tell the tale. And we're on to turn 5.
Tremendous round of shooting this round. My sniper fired at the back of his bikes and missed, and that was it, because nothing else can fire or reach anything. Dan's turn.
Bottom of turn 5, the Phoenix just unleashed all of its firepower on Charles's last scout.
I told him to do it.
True story. I wasn't gonna. Which unsurprisingly executed the young man. And the bikes moved on to take the other objective. And Charles, roll a die 6. On a 1 or 2, the game ends.
He died the way he lived, hiding in woods. 5.
Game continues. Shortest turn ever?
Yeah.
Okay, next for my turn. End of turn 6, I killed off the Whirlwind, took away its last hull point, and that's most of what I did.
2.
The game ends!
My drop pod lived!